Hey everybody, this is Christiana coming to you live from the Longmont Yarn Shop, and welcome to Fiber at 410. So tonight I am going to be talking to you about some great new notions that we have. I'm calling it Nifty Notions for 2022. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind you all that Finished Object February is coming to a very rapid close. I can't believe the month is over tomorrow. So be sure to submit your finished objects to melanie@longmontyarn.com so that we can post them on Facebook and you can be entered into the raffle. Hey Nancy! And I'm coming to you just on Facebook tonight, so sorry Instagram, but if you're getting an alert, be sure to go over to Facebook and watch. So be sure to submit your finished objects for February to melanie@longmontyarn.com so we can get pictures taken, get pictures posted, and you can get entered into the raffle for the Cocoa Knits blocking mat set, which is really, really awesome. I need to get one of those myself. Also, as crazy as it sounds, March starts on Tuesday, and it is National Crochet Month. So we will have a customer trunk show so you can show off your crocheted pieces. We will be displaying, the word escaped me there for a second, displaying crocheted pieces from customers here at the shop. So be sure to bring them in and you will be entered into a raffle for some amazing prizes that we have received from Earth Yarns, from Knitting Fever, from Barocco, from Universal Yarns. So thank you to all of you guys for helping us out. And hey Mom! So be sure to watch your inbox for a Longmont Yarn Shop newsletter about Crochet Month. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And we've got some great activities and Facebook Lives scheduled for the month of March. So I look forward to seeing all of you crocheters come out. And next week we are doing kickoff to National Crochet Month on Fiber at 4, so be sure to tune in for that. So, Nifty Notions for 2022. I'm gonna go off camera here for a second. This is the first one I wanted to show you all. This literally just came in, and I think these are really, really cool. This is the Yarn Snip by Cocoa Knits, and this is made of iron. And oops, there we go, we can see that a little better. What I think is really cool about these guys is it does come with a nice little leather carrying case to keep them in. And of course, you want to check with your airline first, but according to Cocoa Knits, these are TSA approved because the blades are less than 3 inches. So you can keep this in your knitting and crocheting bag if you are traveling. And the nice little leather case keeps them shut. And I think these are so cool. And of course, because it's got that bend in the iron in the bottom, it doesn't have springs in it, so the iron just causes it to bounce back. So I think those are really, really cool. And you can kind of see the tool marks on it too from when it was forged. So that's really awesome. These guys are $11.99 and it is by Cocoa Knits. So it will be in the Cocoa Knits display by the cash register. And also just to remind you guys, everything that I'm showing you here tonight is available at the Fiber at 4 shopping category on the website. So just click on shop, and Fiber at 4 is, I think, top row, third from the left. So next thing I want to show you guys, I have a whole bunch of Cocoa Knits stuff to show y'all. So these are their curved cable needles. These are $6.99 and the package is unfortunately sealed, so I can't pull them out. But there are 2 curved needles in there, and what is really, really cool about these guys is if you have the Cocoa Knits Maker's Keep, this is not sealed, so I can pull this out of the box. These are magnetic and will stick to your Maker's Keep. So if you have this on your wrist and you're working on something that requires a cable needle, you can keep that nice and handy without fear of it falling into the floor and the dogs eating it, which has happened more than once in my lifetime. So the curved cable needles are $6.99 for the 2 cable needles. And then the Maker's Keep, which is really cool. It looks an awful lot like my iWatch. It's a touch bigger. We've got it currently in let's see here, this is Slate. So Slate is a nice gray color. And then we also have it in Duck Egg. I keep wanting to call it Robin's Egg Blue because it's very, very similar. So Duck Egg is a nice turquoise color. So this will hold not only the curved cable needles. If you have any Cocoa Knits stitch markers, they will stick to your Maker's Keep. If you have the row counter, it will stick to the Maker's Keep. So if you're like me and you're constantly losing things like this is a great investment. So the Maker's Keep is $25, and we currently have it in Duck Egg and Slate. And for those of us who are a little nostalgic, this is like the slap bracelets we were wearing in the 90s. So kind of brings back some fond memories. And the cellophane came off that box. I'll have to fix it later. Next are the Cocoa Knits claw clips. Say that 10 times fast. These are $5.99, and they come with 12 claw clips, and the box is sealed, so unfortunately I can't pull them out of there. There we go. And they look a little, again, reminiscing to the 90s here, they look like the little hair clips we all used to wear. They're little tiny claws. What makes these fantastic is if you're seaming a project together, these will hold the two pieces together in place without moving while you're trying to sew them. So these actually, I think they work better than safety pins. They work better than locking stitch markers because they grip the fabric of your project without putting holes in it. And it's a lot sturdier and a lot more secure. So honestly, these are fantastic. And if you have any projects you have to piece together like a sweater, I highly, highly recommend these guys. So they're $5.99 for 12. So I would guess that would probably be enough to like clip a sleeve to a sweater while you're trying to seam it. So great, great, wonderful product. And last but not least, this guy isn't sealed, so I can pull him out of the box to show you. This is the Cocoa Knits ruler and gauge, and these are magnetic. So this ruler goes up to 8 inches or 20 centimeters, and you can see the little magnets on the back. And then you've got your hook and needle gauge, which goes from a 2 millimeter up to a 12 millimeter, so a size 0 through a size 17. And you're asking, well, why do I need a magnetic one? Well, Cocoa Knits does make what's called a maker's board that these will stick to. It's a magnetic pattern holder, which unfortunately at this time we are out of stock of because they're so popular. People just scoop them up as soon as we get them. So if you are interested in the maker's board or if you need one, please leave a comment in the comments column and I will add you to our wait list for when we get the maker's board in. But even without the maker's board, these are incredibly handy tools to have. So again, I mean, this thing measures size 0 all the way through size 17 needles, which I think is awesome. Hi, Jody. And then of course the ruler goes to 8 inches or 20 centimeters. And this set is $15, and again, they are both magnetic, so if you have the maker's board, those guys will stick to it. Oh, thank you for the hearts and thumbs up, guys. I love seeing those float across the screen. Truth be told, it's just a tiny bit distracting, but it's a good kind of distracting. I love seeing those hearts. So that is all I have in the way of Cocoa Knits for you guys tonight. Now, the next product, this is one of my absolute favorites because it's cute, it's fun, and it adds a little extra flair to your project. These are the Shiny Wear Co. tags. And for those of you who got the Huga boxes, this little guy here should look really familiar to you. So what's cool about these guys is if you're putting tags like on your hats or on your sweaters, these are no-sew, so you don't need a needle, you don't need thread. This guy just works off of a grommet in the middle of the product. So there's the grommet, so you would just stick it through the knitted fabric and then close it shut. And this also makes the tag last a little bit longer because you can take it off when you're trying to launder your pieces. So this guy comes off. So we've got these in hearts, just like the one I just showed you. These guys are $5.99 each. We've got two versions of a star tag. So we've got the star cutout, which is similar to the heart one I just showed you. And then just the regular star. This has kind of a punch out that has the black fabric in the back, so the star really pops off of that. So the cutouts, you can see your knitted fabric through, so this one you can't. It just sits on top of it. Or crocheted fabric, knitted or crocheted fabric, sorry, crocheters. And the last one, this one I think is hilarious. I need to get this for one of my projects. It says mine on it. So these are all $5.99. And we've got them in 4 different styles. All right, next I'm going local. So these next products are by Pigby Creations. She is based out of Berthoud, and she is a friend of our wonderful Cheryl. And Cheryl introduced her product to us, and she made a shawl pin for our Huga boxes, but she has since then introduced a few other products that we carry here at the shop. So first guy I'm going to show you is the snail needle gauge. And oh my gosh, isn't that adorable? I mean, how much easier is it to make your project when you have little cute things like this to help you out with it? So she's got a tiny 2-inch ruler here at the bottom, and the gauge itself measures sizes 0 through 13. I know, aren't these adorable? And she laser cuts them, and the design is burned into the wood, so a little wood burning there, and oh my gosh, that is so cute. So the snail is $12.99, and I know you're going to see the tag here, but she puts her cute little logo on the back of everything. I love that. And then she made us some stitch markers. These are the Judy Snails, and they are $14.99. And I think these are so funny. So each one has a little snail and a little saying on it. So this guy just says ... And he's making kind of a frowny face. And then you've got one that's still a little frowny face, but he says, And I may come around closer to the camera so you guys can get a better look at it. So this one has an abbreviation on it. I prefer not to say what it says, but it's adorable. This one's cute. It has the sleeping snail on it, and he's saying zzz, so like he's snoring. This one says okay. And then the one I'm going to show really close to the camera has a little snail with a smiley face on it saying nice. So let me move my little electronic leash around a little bit here. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I know it's backwards, but isn't that adorable? So these are just like little wooden spheres hanging from those metal rings. It doesn't say on here how big of a needle this would fit on, but I would venture to say it would probably fit at least up to a size 11 needle. So you get 6 for $14.99. And don't worry, I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me put them back in the bag. I'll take care of that later. Next, we have the work in progress minders. These are also $14.99. And I think these are really cool, and I need to invest in a set myself because I'm always starting and stopping projects. So these guys, if you stop in the middle of a project, or if you're looking for a specific size needle that isn't a project, these guys will help you out. So this says, oh yeah, I used size 2. So there's the little carved hole in there to slip on over your needle. So this set is the size small, which goes from size 2 all the way up to size 7. And each of them are individually labeled, and she's got her wonderful little logo on the back. I think that is so cute. It's a little pig bee in the middle of a flower. I wish I had a little bit bigger one to show you guys, but it's really cute. Then we have the set that is the size large. So it's same thing, just different needle sizes. So this goes from size 8, I want to say size 8 to size 15. So let's take a look here. 10, okay. Okay, sorry, the small set goes up through size 8, and the large set goes from size 9 all the way up to size 15. So you can slide those on your needles to remind yourself of what size needle you have. I know the Chow Goo needles do have the sizes etched, laser etched into the needles, but if you're using a really small needle like a size 1 or size 2, it's very difficult to read that writing. So these guys will help you keep track of what size needles you're using. And the last Pigby product I want to show you guys are, and I'm going to come close to the camera so you guys can get a good look at it. These are Colorado tags that she created. And sorry, I know that's backwards, but it's the C with the little heart in there, and it says handmade on it. So she created these tags, and they are $4.99 each, but all of the proceeds are going to Marshall Fire Victim Charities. So these were created specifically to help out people who were affected by the Marshall Fire in Boulder County. So good reason to buy those. Plus, the wood grain is different on each of the tags, so it's really, really cool. No two tags are exactly alike. And she's got the little 4 holes carved in it so you can sew it right into your project. Because they are made of wood, I would not recommend sewing them into the back of the sweater. I'd probably put it like on the side, on the hip. And you would definitely want to hand wash any item that these wooden tags are on. Do not put them in the washing machine. Alrighty. So very recently we started carrying items from a company called Firefly Notes. Their stuff is so much fun. They've got everything any knitter or crocheter could need Notion-wise, but they also have like t-shirts and cards, so really awesome company. And we brought in a few of their stitch markers. So tonight I'm just featuring the Celestial stitch markers, and I do apologize, these guys are sealed shut, but you can see them on the website. They've got the Celestial markers. I pulled these because I love stars and moons, but they also have socks, hearts, kitty cats, and they're super fun. They are $17.99, and this company makes everything by hand. I can at least show you the packaging. I mean, that is really, really cool packaging. So those are $17.99. The other choices of Firefly stitch markers are in the gift section on the shopping page under Firefly Notes. And speaking of Firefly Notes, we've got these fantastic Notions tins, and they're about that big, and the tops kind of slide off, and of course now it's not going to work seeing as I'm on camera. There we go. So the tops just slide off, and the enamel on the top is actually hand poured. So even the Notions tins are handmade by Firefly Notes. So I've got here a little squirrel holding a ball of yarn with a couple knitting needles pointed out of it. And then of course, for those of us who love Angora, here is a bunny rabbit. I love bunny rabbits. So these tins are $19.99. Perfect size to hold your stitch markers or your darning needles. And hi, Teresa.
Hi there.
So this is, and because it snaps shut, I don't know if you could hear that. This is a great thing to throw into your knitting or crocheting bag because it will stay shut. So again, those are $19.99. I'd say they're probably 2 by 4 inches. And we've got the bunny and the squirrel. So be sure to check out all the other Firefly Notes products that we have. They are really awesome. They're really well made. They're very durable. Nancy says hi, Teresa.
Hi, Nancy.
Teresa says hi, Nancy. And they're just super, super fun projects. They make fantastic gifts for the crafter in your life because the stitch markers look like little knitting jewelry. So I only have one Katrinas product to show you tonight. It's the only new product I have right now. I did order a center pole ball winder and they sold out. And I'm like, drat, because I really wanted to show those off tonight. But that's okay, I will order more. I ordered these because when I did the little Lulu sweater by Casapinka, it's the same on the front and the back, and I got to thinking, when I put it on, I'm not really sure which side is which side. So Katrinas released these wonderful tags that I am definitely going to invest in, and it says, this is the back, and it shows the back side of a little sheepy. So I had a huge laugh about these. I thought they were fantastic. And I am definitely going to be getting some of these for myself because sometimes I just can't figure out which is the back and which is the front. So these are $9.99 and currently the only color they are available in is that brown, but I promise you I will continue to watch my emails from Katrinas and see if they release these in another color. But for now, I think, oh my gosh, they're so much fun. I saw that in the email and I just started laughing and laughing. I guess it doesn't take much to amuse me some days.
It's the little things.
Yes, exactly. It's the little things that may bring joy.
That's right.
So this next item is not a new item. It's an oldie but a goodie, and I don't believe I have given it enough credit. These are the Bryson stainless steel sock blockers. And honestly, I should have showed these the last week when we were talking about socks, but I forgot. So we're talking about them this week. So these come in small, medium, and large. I just pulled the small ones because they were at the front of the hook. The small size is $16.95. They do go up in price just a little bit with each size. These I think are absolutely amazing for blocking your socks on. So you get your socks really, really good and wet and then stretch them over these guys, and these will help your socks hold their shape. And also too, if you're like me and you're noticing the little ladders up your knitting from where the double points meet, these will help erase those ladders. So they kind of stretch and manipulate the fabric so that those ladders disappear. And of course, because they have hooks on them, you could hang these from like your shower curtain rod and your socks would dry a lot faster than if you were to just lay them flat. So these are the small size. I do have the other sizes on the Fiber at 4 shopping category on the website. But if you are a sock maker like Melanie or like myself or like my mom, these are a great investment. And Teresa, feel free to jump in anytime if I've forgotten to say anything. I know you love your Maker's Keep, right?
Yes, I do. It is great for keeping your stitch markers.
Stitch markers, yeah.
Yes.
So Teresa uses hers for her stitch markers. And I would imagine this keeps you from losing them.
Yeah, and if you drop them on the floor, you can take it off and...
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I don't know if you guys heard Teresa, but like if you drop your stitch markers on the floor, you can take this off and just run it over your carpet to find the stitch marker that you dropped. I never thought of that. Well, I told them it makes me feel kind of nostalgic because it looks like the old snap bracelets we used to wear.
Well, it does, yeah.
So, flashing back to the 90s. So, it's so much nicer doing this with you instead of just by myself.
Sorry I came in late.
I am not worried about you coming in late. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
So next, we brought in some needle cases. These are also in the gift department, but currently we do have them on the Fiber at 4 part of the site. And we brought in 4 different styles. So this style that I'm holding right here, let me find the tag here. This is not the circular needle case. This is the circular needle case. I think we got the tags mixed up. What? That never happens around here. Okay, so this is the circular needle case. I love this fabric on the outside. It is so pretty. And you open it up, and let me show you the picture of how these guys sit in the, what did I do? Oh, here it is. They do come in this nice little mesh bag, so if you're not using it, this is a good way to store it. But this is how those circular needles lie inside the case. And they do have these neat little Notion pouches down at the bottom, so you could put your stitch markers in there or any other Notions, your scissors, your darning needles. And I would venture to say this holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 times 2, 16 circular needles. And then of course you can zip it up so that they stay in place. But it's beautiful fabric. This is by Lantern Moon, and all of these are handcrafted. Let me get that guy back in there. So the blue one is the interchangeable needle case. So they lie in the case like that. So here's the case itself. So you've got the pockets here for your cables, and then you've got a pocket here with individual mini pockets for your interchangeable needles. So same thing down there. So I would venture to say that up here you'd probably put your 0 through 8 size needles, and then down here your larger needles like 9 through 17. And they do have another couple pockets over here, so you could put your Notions in there, like the keys for your interchangeable needles or the end cappers for them. So that guy's a little bit smaller, but this will hold those wonderful interchangeables and keep them protected. And then this,
material.
oh, the fabric, yeah, the fabric is gorgeous. And trust me, the camera is not doing it justice. It's got really rich reds and blues in there, and it's shiny.
You like shiny.
We like shiny things here. So the last one is, well, excuse me, next to last one is the double point needle case. So that's how they lie inside the case. And oops, I don't think that was one of mine. It wasn't purple. So you've got pockets here for the longer needles, and you can put up to the 8-inch needles in here, and you can put your shorter needles here in front. So this doesn't have the extra pockets to it like, well, it's got one big one there, but it doesn't have the little pouch pockets like this guy. This is specifically just to protect those double pointed needles. And this has a really nice, beautiful burgundy fabric in the middle. And it's got the burgundy fabric piping on it, and still the same beautiful, beautiful pattern on the outside. So, excuse me, the circular case is $29.99, so that's the one with the gray fabric in the middle. The interchangeable needle case is $22.99, and that's the one with the blue fabric. And then the double point needle case is our burgundy guy. The last one, we have this in 4 different colors. We have it in green, we've got it in red, we've got it in blue, and we've got it in gray. This is the Mindy Sleeve, and you know, Teresa, I think I missed one. Can you see if the Knit Aid case is up there?
Knit Aid?
Yeah. So the Mindy Sleeve is just sort of a mini version of these guys. So you can put in here, specifically they put their not double points, their interchangeables. They've also got like the yarn threaders where it's the needle with the loop at the end to thread your yarn through. So again, it's still the same nice silky fabric, and this guy is the sage green one. So you put your Notions or needles in here, you fold it over, and then this is magnetic, so it stays shut. No, it's a larger one, probably about this size. So the Mindy Sleeve is $14.99, and it's probably about 6 inches tall, and once open, about 6 inches wide. It's probably pretty close to a perfect square when you get that open. So, and then the magnet holds it shut. I think I hear Teresa coming. Thank you. I knew I'd forgotten one. Thank you so much. So I did forget one, and thank goodness Teresa's here to save me. This is the Knit Aid case, and this guy holds needles, notions, hooks, circular needles. This guy is $17.99, and that's how it holds all those little guys in there. Sorry, I know the picture's kind of difficult to see. This one has black fabric on the outside, silver on the inside. So this, you could stick your crochet hooks in here or your double points, which, do you have the double point one? Oh, Teresa already put it away, sorry.
I can put it out.
No, that's fine. The double point case, you could probably hold your crochet hooks in there too. But this has 3 smaller pockets on one side surrounded by 2 larger ones, and then 1 giant pocket on this side. So this would be excellent for notions, your scissors, your needles, darning needles, row counters. And it does fold over and zip shut, so this keeps your stuff nice and protected. And for those of us who like to toss our bags around like a football, the zipper really, really helps. So that is the Knit Aid case. Sorry, Teresa. And he is $17.99. Thank you for laughing at me, you guys. I really do.
Laughing at me too. So.
I really do. I have a Peapod bag at home, and I really throw that thing like a football. It's like, okay, we're going on a road trip. Okay, toss it in the car. I'm ready to go. So again, great for those of us who love throwing things. My next item, this is another oldie but goodie, but we brought in some new colors that I think are awesome, especially this guy. Speaking of nostalgia, it's cassette tapes. So these are the skein coats, and why do you need a skein coat? Well, this keeps your yarn from kind of bouncing around. If you have a center pole ball, this will also keep it from collapsing in on itself and rolling around everywhere. Hey Deb, I hope you're doing well. Long time no see. So these skein coats are $9.99, and I brought over 2 of the new colors. So this is called mixed tapes. I think that's so funny. She chooses such great fabric. And then this one we've called Strawberry Shortcake, and honestly, y'all, I love strawberries. Nancy loves her skein coat. Yay! I think I need to get the strawberry one because I love strawberries so much. But those guys are $9.99, and they're made of a nice stretchy fabric. And I can't pull it up because it's sealed shut, but they're really, really cool and really, really fun. So those are 2 of the newer fabric designs. I really like the strawberries. And the last item I have to show you guys tonight is an item that we recently brought back in. Honestly, I think every knitter needs to have this in their knitting bag. This is the Knitter's Handy Guide to Yarn Requirements by Ann Budd. And what she has done in here is she has broken down individual projects. So we've got sweaters, vests, mittens, tams, hats, gloves, socks, and scarves. And what she has done is she has labeled the sizes. So here for sweaters, she has infant all the way up to adults. Hi, Sharon. Sorry, I keep leaning in because the print's so small, even on the iPad.
And it's not working on that.
Oh, and it's not working on the
slow.
computer. Okay, yeah. We love technology. So the sweaters are broken down by size, and then she has listed the gauge, so how many stitches you're getting per inch. So let's say I want to make a sweater with a 38-inch bust line, and I'm getting 3 stitches to the inch. Well, I go down here, and for my sweater, I would need, if I'm getting 3 stitches to the inch, I need 769 yards. So it's broken down by type of yarn, gauge, type of project, and size. So this is a really, really handy thing, you know, pardon the pun because it is called handy, to have in your knitting bag. So I think we've only got about 3 or 4 of these left, so I would recommend scooping it up pretty quick. It is $7.99 for this guy. And I also neglected to mention with the Cocoa Knits ruler and gauge set, this is the last one we have in stock right now, so I would recommend scooping that up quickly too. So just again wanted to remind you guys, Finished Object February ends tomorrow. Can you believe it? So be sure to submit your finished objects so we can see them and brag on your behalf and enter you in for the raffle for the Cocoa Knits blocking sets. So send your photos to melanie@longmontyarn.com. And Tuesday, oh my gosh, February's almost done. Yes. Tuesday we are kicking off National Crochet Month, and we will have a crochet project trunk show, and we will release all that information in the newsletter and via Facebook and Instagram so that you all know what's going on. We're going to be doing some great live crochet videos. We're going to be doing some fun activities and a customer trunk show, all crocheted items. We will have more information about it, but I can tell you right now, each participant's allowed to enter up to 3 items. We do need the name of the pattern, the name of the designer, and where you got it, whether it's in a magazine or on Ravelry. And they need to be made from Longmont Yarn Shop yarn. So for those of you who are not in the Longmont area, we will accept your photos at melanie@longmontyarn.com. If you do live in the Longmont area and would like to show your project here at the shop, we will be hanging up and displaying customer crocheted trunk show items, and we'll have a form for you to fill out so you can give all the information about your project there. Again, up to 3 items, must be made with Longmont Yarn Shop yarn. And of course, we'll be releasing more details about Crochet Month, and I think that's all I have. So next week we're going to be talking about kickoff to National Crochet Month, but I'm going to let Teresa end the Fiberette for tonight because she's got something really spiffy to show you guys. So I'm handing it over to Teresa. Yes,
I broke it.
The clip's not attached.
She set me up.
Of course I did.
For my February finished objects, I finished my Stephen West shawl. It's all completed, blocked, and everything. I had a friend help me, and here it is. This was a very fun knit. So if you like Stephen West, you might want to try it.
Colors are beautiful.
I really enjoyed picking out the colors. I like playing with colors. I put some beads on here, if you can see them.
Right through there.
Is there some up here?
Yep, and there's some right there.
And I like putting bling on my things. He is really good when he writes his patterns. This one he had in different areas, the different techniques. He would show a video and help you through it. It just was really simple for him to, or for me to knit. It did take some time, but I don't get much time sometimes.
He has a lot of great videos on YouTube.
Yes, and this one had brioche in it, right in here. And it's been a long time since I've done brioche, like a few years, 3, 4 years, something like that, but it was fun. Anything? I think that's it. So you have a good February, or actually, how about a good March?
So before we go, sorry, I have to brag just a second. This piece is on loan to me from the Dara Frenette collection. I forgot to take my mask off. So my mom made this out of Malabrigo sock, and it's a wonderful shawlette, and it's, I think she said it's the Impressionist blue colorway, I want to say. And she loaned it to me because she is a crazy lady. But
Oh, that could come back to haunt you.
I know. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So, but yeah, the Malabrigo is so beautiful. And honestly, if you have not had a chance to work with Malabrigo, I highly, highly recommend giving it a shot. So that is just one of my mom's finished Impressionist sky. Okay, I was right. That's just one of my mom's finished objects for February. So I have to brag on her behalf because she's my mom.
That's right.
We'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And oh my gosh, get outside and enjoy the sunshine. So we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Teresa says bye and have a good night.